All right, let's talk for just a few minutes about subheadings in your magazine draft and then how they come into play with proximity. You may or may not have received feedback from me on this, but this is a good skill to have, and it's a good way to kind of understand how proximity kind of gives visual cues to your reader about where things belong and that type of thing. So I'll cover how to put those subheadings in and work with them just a little bit, but then I'll also explain the design principle behind how proximity works with the subheading. So first things first, our text is just dummy text. For the sake of this video, I didn't create anything specific. If you wanted to add in a subheading, the easiest way to do that is just make sure you have your text tool selected, and then I'm just going to double click at the beginning so that cursor is flashing before the hit A and hit return. At that point, I'll just key back up so I have that empty line, and I'll type in my subheading. So subheading goes here. All right. That by itself doesn't really stand out from any of the body text. So here's where we go in and create contrast in the first place. So what I'm going to go ahead and do, because my body text is a serif font, I'm going to go in and pick a sans serif font because I know that contrast will really make it pop. So a really great sans serif font is Lato, and I'm going to go ahead and use Lato Black because I want it to be a little bit heavier. In addition, I think I might increase the size. You can do that up here. And then I think I want to go ahead and change the color. Let's just go back up here to the T. Up at the top is where I'm doing all this, and hit the green. And then I'll click off just to make sure my subheading looks great. Now right here, it really doesn't play into the whole proximity thing. It's obvious that the subheading goes with this text because it's at the top of the page. But let's go ahead and add in a second subheading, and then that's where we'll see the problem with proximity coming into play. So I'm just going to run down this text until I find this break. And that's a pretty good break to put in another subheading probably. So I'll click my cursor there with my text tool selected, and then I'm going to hit enter just like I did before so that I have that line. And now I'm going to put in subheading number 2 goes here. Okay, so if we want to do it the easy way using the paragraph styles that he outlined for us, what you would do is highlight this text that you've already fixed everything that you like it the way that it is. You go up to type, you go down to paragraph styles, and then what you would do is click on this little post-it note looking icon, create a new style, and just type in subheading 1 and hit enter. Okay? If you double click on this, it opens that flyout and you can make all the changes you want. But that subheading 1 is just basically all the changes you already made. It's the highlighted text. So at this point, what I want to do is go back down and find where I put in that subheading number 2. So there it is, highlighted. Then all I need to do with it highlighted is go over and hit that subheading number 1. And when I click off, you can see that they're the same. Now proximity comes into play, and you may see me mark this in your draft right here. The subheading number 2 is equal distance from the paragraph above it and the paragraph below it. Proximity means that we group things together that go together so that we give the reader or the viewer of our work a visual idea of what belongs where, right? So how do we differentiate that the subheading belongs to the text that follows rather than the text that's above when it's just equal on both sides? What we can do to create some space with the text above is to basically use our text tool, click into the paragraph, and just hit return or the enter again to create that space. This works out pretty good just as it is, and if you're using a very basic pairing like this, I would highly recommend it, just doing just that much. However, if you are using a script font that has descenders or ascenders, and descenders think of like the Y, the tail of the Y, the tail of the G, maybe the tail of a cursive F, those sometimes drop down into the body text and make it difficult to read. So if that's the case, you can do this trick. You can also do it with fonts just like this, but I'm going to show you on this one. The space between these two lines is what graphic designers or printers call leading. So leading's the space between two lines, right in this area. If you want to change that leading, you have your text tool selected. You just want to select the line below where you want the space to increase or decrease, okay? So just that line is what I selected. Then I'm going to go back up here. You can see there's my Minion Pro. That's the name of my body font, the type of font it is, the size of the font, and then these two A's stacked on top of each other with the little up and down arrow, this is the leading customization area, okay? So right now it's a 14.4 point size, okay, for that space. And if you watch the text that's highlighted, as I click up, it will slowly jump. So I'm just going to take it to a 20. And then I'm going to click off. Here you can see there's plenty of breathing room. So as a reader, I'm reading along about subheading number 1. I see this bigger space and I say, take a breath. Here's the next thought that they're going to go ahead and tell me about in the paragraph to follow. Take a little short breath, dive straight in, okay? This is really important. This extra leading space, customizing that is extra important when you are using a font that maybe has those descenders that overlap. It also is a totally great customization for something like this. Is it required when there's really no overhang? No. But when there is an overhang, if it's impeding the reading, the easy reading of your text at all, then controlling the leading might be something that you definitely want to do. So hopefully that helps. The other thing that I'll tell you is if you have more than one line selected and you go up here and you change the font or the leading, then it will change the leading. So you will see those lines are the same and then all of a sudden it goes back. So you want to make sure that you only have a single line selected so that you keep that space just above between these two lines instead of spreading out all your text. Hopefully that helps. If not, send me a note or leave a post in the discussion board and I will get back to you as soon as I can.